currently installing our swivel seat. I first disconnected the battery. I took the seat off, set it over there. This is a swivel. I need to make sure I orient it the right way. The nice thing about this swivel from the swivel shop is it is the lowest profile swivel seat on the market. They do include these spacers specifically for the Promasters because there's like a piece on the side of the seat that gets caught up on the swivel when you try to turn it. There are videos where I've seen people like hack it off, but since Dion and I are pretty tall, we are just gonna use the spacer that's provided and install it that way. And I don't know if I showed this last time, but we had bench seats initially, and I found this seat from a salvage yard, so I switched it out. So that's why there is some extra cables tucked in over here. This is from the extra passenger seat. So once you disconnect the cables and stuff, you need to make sure you still keep the occupancy sensor and the seat belt, so that way the van still thinks that there is a third seat even though there isn't. But yeah, let's get this swivel seat mounted and then we'll test it out. Got the swivel seat installed. It's a pretty simple install, and it doesn't really add that much height to the seat. So it's about maybe like an inch, or actually, yeah, probably like an inch and a half or an inch and a quarter. But for the most part, I think this will be very useful. It will definitely add to the space, an extra seating area for guests, or if we have like a table or something, we can work from the passenger seat. So this is the bottom piece for our passenger bench seat, and it fits like right there. So now I'm just going to make sure I do the same exact cuts and kind of mirror it for the passenger side bench seat, and the dimensions will be the same. So the plan is, once I get this kind of like mirrored out for the bottom one, then I'll decide how I want to construct the back portion, because the bench seats are going to serve two purposes. One is you can sit on it, and two, when we pull our bed slats out, they'll have something to rest on. So we'll need like a back portion on the benches that will act as like a support for the bed when it's open. Okay, I just finished constructing the benches. They're pretty much done at this state. All that's left is just to cut out a 1/2-inch plywood sheet to cover up the seat area, the front and the side, and the back side will be covered with a whole sheet of 1/2-inch plywood, so I don't need to worry about covering that portion right there. And like I mentioned, the wall is already here, so there's no need to cover the back as well. It looks pretty good. So I pulled out the bed just to see how sturdy it was, and it's pretty good. And my measurements seem to be on point because the bed pulls out until here, stops here, and it looks pretty good. It's stable. I have seen some people add like some felt or whatever it's called underneath it, so that way the sliding motion is a lot smoother. But I am thinking about adding another support brace here, just so there's that added benefit of that support. But so far so good. I think once we secure this into place, it'll be pretty good.